Number 8, Alabama, travels to undefeated 14th ranked Missouri. And Alabama's only favored by 2.5 points. Really? I understand that. I think that both when you look at how these teams play, when you watch them, and also when you look at the analytics, it makes sense why this is such a short line in favor of the Tide. Missouri is a real, legitimate team. Before I continue, liking the video, watching the video all the way through, and commenting your thoughts down below are the best ways to support the channel, as they help push me into the algorithm, help me to receive a larger paycheck that I can use to reinvest in producing elite analysis for you all. Subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, sharing the video around, and supporting us in other ways that you can find out via the description are other awesome ways to support our operation at College Football with Sam. We are becoming the best. We want to be the best. Thank you all for making that possible. They are an SEC title and college football playoff contender. Now, that may sound a little bit crazy, but bear with me here. Missouri, in the analytics and the statistics, is performing at a fairly high level. Beau Pribula's looked pretty impressive for Missouri. Their lines of scrimmage, Ahmad Hardy at running back, and then their defensive line, Zion Young, Damon Wilson. They've been impressive, Missouri has, at running the ball, stopping the run. Their defense is legit. I think that this is going to be a competitive game, and some people have been saying that Alabama should just run away with this. You're ignoring the warning signs. So warning sign number 1 is that short line. But warning sign number 2 is look at the rushing numbers. So Alabama is averaging 3.9 yards per carry and allowing 4.7 yards per carry. Missouri is averaging 5.9 yards per carry and only allowing 2 yards per carry. Now, those aren't adjusting for sacks, but Alabama doesn't get pressured all that much. Pribula gets pressured quite a bit. Like, Alabama's better at pass block than Mizzou is. Mizzou's better at run block than Alabama is. And they definitely have the better running back and a QB who's more inclined to run, because Drinkwitz wants him to run more than DeBoer wants Simpson to run. This is a fascinating game here. Missouri being at home, coming off the bye. Alabama's played 2 physical games in a row. So at Georgia, then hosting Vanderbilt. Now you got to travel to Missouri, who's coming off a bye, and Drinkwitz is known to be a good coach. I don't like this spot for Alabama. Now, that doesn't mean they can't win. It doesn't mean I'm not going to pick them to win. Alabama, with Ty Simpson, I think is the best QB here. I think that Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams are better than Kevin Coleman, who's Missouri's wide receiver 1. And while Ahmad Hardy is better than Jam Miller, Alabama's offensive line has gotten better week over week over week. They played the physical game Vanderbilt wanted them to play. They beat them at it. They beat Georgia on the road. That takes guts. That takes toughness. That takes physicality. And I think Georgia is a better team than Missouri. And Georgia, they dominated the rushing battle over Alabama. Still lost, and at one point Alabama was dominating that game. So the Tide, they should be favored here. They absolutely should. And by the way, little error there. The defensive players from Missouri and Alabama should be switched. Just wanted to make sure you all knew that I knew that. Obviously, Tim Keenan III is an elite defensive tackle for Alabama, not Missouri. And Chris McClellan is a fantastic defensive tackle for Missouri and not the Crimson Tide. Obviously. My apologies for that. Very, very confusing that was. And I think this game will be confusing. I think it'll be back and forth. I love the potential for this to be a shootout of different styles. Missouri having a lot of success on the ground. Alabama having tons of success through the air. I think that Missouri is going to be the rushing defense and rushing offense team here. They're going to dominate on the ground. Alabama will dominate through the air. I do agree with the polls and the power ratings that Alabama's the better overall team. Right now, especially after that Georgia performance, the Vandy performance, I would lean towards Alabama having the better staff, but it's close. It's closer than a lot of people would want to admit. Drinkwitz has done a phenomenal job as the head coach of Missouri. Missouri is one of those schools, along with Oregon, that just hits on their portal additions year over year over year over year. They got elite scouting and elite development in those categories. That, along with the fact that, hey, if you can control the ground game, you can keep Alabama's air offense, air attack off the field, is why I'm picking Missouri to look, and why I'm picking them to win here. I think that the Tigers are going to have a fun time on the ground. I think they're going to average 5 yards per carry, maybe even more than that. And they're going to eat Alabama's run defense alive. Alabama won't be able to run on Missouri probably at all. And while they will have their shots through the air, they'll have their wins through the air. I think Missouri's live here because I think they'll be able to keep Alabama's offense off the field, put all the pressure on Alabama for much of the game. Well, Missouri's coming off a bye. They're going to play loose. Alabama, they've played 2 physical games in a row where they had to keep their starters in until the end. Mizzou's coming off a bye, and Mizzou is a team and roster when you factor in coaching and development, their roster punches above its blue chip ratio. So I think they're live here. I love them. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to cover. This is going to be the upset of the week. Shame it's a noon game, but even then I think Ferret Field is going to be very rowdy, very loud, and a fantastic environment. Can't wait to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Regardless of this game, I think Alabama is still an SEC title contender and a national title contender, regardless of whether they win or lose. It's just a tough spot for them, and Missouri selectively, I think, can play like a top 10 team. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure, if you haven't already, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment your analysis and thoughts down below so I can reciprocate my thoughts with you in the comment section, and check out anything on these end screens that are up here. Whether it's a recommended video or playlists for teams that I'm talking about in a preview, prediction, or a reaction, make sure to hit the notification bell on those, scroll through them, and watch any suggested videos if you are interested. Thank you for helping College Football with Sam become the best and the biggest college football brand and channel on YouTube and other social media platforms. We will reach that one day because of your support.